For me, please, Ms. Taylor.
Sheena Taylor.
Thank you. Today is the date and time set for the adjourned pretrial in this matter. We were last here on August 9th. Discovery had been provided but not reviewed as of yet. Mr. Blake, where do we stand this morning?
Judge, I think we're at an impasse in negotiations, so we would ask the court to set it for a bench trial.
That bench trial date will be September the 27th, 2022 at Marianne, there's nothing scheduled. What time?
Usually at 11.
At 11 a.m. Are we looking for a live or a Zoom trial, Mr. Blake?
We can do a Zoom, Judge.
Judge, sorry, I think my preference might be to do it live only because I'm going to have a couple witnesses and I don't know if it will be easier for them to appear by Zoom or live. It's going to be a few lay witnesses as well as a police officer.
Well, that's a twist. It seems like it would be easier for them to do it by Zoom.
It might be. I guess, I don't know, having multiple people appear and testify by Zoom, I haven't had that yet. So I guess I'm just concerned logistically how that would happen. But if the court, if the court has done that before, then that's fine with me. Usually my bench trials have only been with one witness and it's been the victim, but we're gonna have multiple, so.
Mr. Blake, are you opposed to a live trial?
Not at all, Judge. That's what I do for a living.
That's
That was
what I
bad.
thought. So
I apologize, Judge, but
no, it's fine. This court is open, happy to do it. So unless there's some objection, I'll take Ms. Moisizian at her word. And September 27th, 11 a.m. live trial here in courtroom number 1 with me.
Judge, just to give you a heads up, my trial schedule is crazy in September. If there's probably going to be a chance I'm going to be in a capital murder trial or federal case, but I will alert the court well in advance if that's going to be an issue.
I was going to say, if you run into some trouble the week or so before, and you know that you're not going to be available on the 27th, reach out to Marianne, my secretary, let her know, and we'll see if we can get you coordinated for maybe the week following versus going to our next domestic day, which typically is a lot further out.
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything else, Mr. Blake?
No, Your Honor. You and your staff have a
Thank
great
you.
day.
You too, Ms. Taylor. I'll see you on September 27th unless we receive some other information from your attorney, okay?
Yep.
Have a good
Thank
day,
you.
everyone.
Thank you.
Who are these people? Give me 1 second. Mr. Bennett. Mr. Bennett, please log on to Judge Green's Zoom. Yes, thank you. I can hear you. It's 933-057-8570. You too, thank you. I'm sorry, hold on 1 second. Oh, did he? Mr. Bradley? Mr. Bradley, you're in the wrong courtroom. Yes. You're supposed to be in Judge Green's Zoom. It's courtroom number 3, sir. Thank you, sir. Ms. Smith, did you need to speak to your client?
No, ma'am, I do not need to speak with him. We are all set.
Mr. Baylock?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning. Turn your video on for me, please, sir.
Sure.
These are 220452 SM and 220453 SM. These are both State of Michigan versus Ali Baylock. May I have your appearances, please?
Good morning, Your Honor. Sonam Movsisian on behalf of the people, P83923.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jennifer Smith, P8, blah, blah, blah. Not enough coffee up this morning. Sorry about that. P83034 on behalf of Ali Balak, who is present here on Zoom this morning. Mr. Balak, can you please state your first and last name?
Yeah, first name is Ali and last name is Baloch.
Loesch, thank you. Today is a day and time set for the pretrial in both of these matters. Ms. Smith, how are we proceeding this morning?
Your Honor, I believe we have received all of the discovery. My client and I have been going through it and I have been speaking with the prosecuting attorney. At this point, what I would ask the court for is a final pretrial to give my client and I a little bit more time to continue to review everything. And also I would ask the court to order that the complaining witness be required to appear at that final pretrial.
The final pretrial date will be September 13, 2022 at
8:50.
8:50 a.m. And that will be in number 2 by Zoom with Judge Oakley, complainant to appear.
Your
Anything
Honor,
else?
I'm already scheduled in another court that morning at about 8:30, and I'm worried I won't be finished in time.
Would 9:50 be better?
That would give me a little bit of a buffer. Yes, that would work.
9:50. Mr. Baloch, we will see you back here September 13th at 9:50 a.m. in courtroom number 2 with Judge Oakley. Anything else on behalf of the people?
No, that
Thank
is
you.
you.
Anything else on behalf of the defendant?
Not at this time, Your Honor. I thank you.
Thank you. Have a good afternoon.
You
Thank
as
you, Your
well.
Honor. You too.
To the gentleman with the t-shirt, the beard, that just had a drink of water, what is your name, please, sir? Sir, with the beard and the green shirt, your name, please? Mr. Metzger, you are in the wrong courtroom. You should be in Judge Green's courtroom, okay? Thank you, sir.
That's my fault. I sent him here because I
Ms.
was
Nelson,
wondering
you
where he
have
was.
one job. One job this morning. Huron, I'm coming right now. Give me one moment. This is 220599 SM. This is State of Michigan versus Tommy Joe Ford. May I have your appearances, please? Ms. Medina? May I have your appearance, please, ma'am? Thank you. Mr. Ford, state your name for the record. And Mr. Ford, you're able to hear Ms. Medina? She's indicated that you're standing mute to the charges and waiving the reading of the formal charges in this matter. I'm sorry, Ms. Medina, I cut you off. Thank you. Mr. Ford, you have an absolute right to be considered for pretrial release in this matter. There is a request from Sumter Township Police that seems to be in a little bit of conflict. They indicate the police department has no known reason to oppose a personal bond, but then request bond in the amount of $5,000, 10%. With the indication that you had a prior DV case and their pending charges. Ms. Medina, what say you to the bond recommendation, ma'am?
As soon as possible, Your Honor. My understanding is that he's not currently on probation or parole, and that he could reside with his parents in Ypsilanti and have no contact with something.
Ms. Medina, I'm sure your paperwork looks just like mine towards the bottom. It does say requested bond amount of $5,000, 10%.
I see that now.
Okay.
Judge. I saw the first box, and then I apologize. So getting familiar with this paperwork.
No worries.
And so, Judge, I would ask that the court consider a personal bond since there is no reason to oppose apparently, and my client again has an alternate residence, understands we have no contact, has gainful employment, and that's what I would ask the court to consider, Your Honor.
Your Honor, also Tony, Sumter Township Police Department. On behalf of the police department, I don't believe we would oppose a personal bond, providing the no contact.
Thank you. Good to see you, sir.
Always a pleasure, Your Honor.
The court will set your bond at $5,000 personal, sir. You are to have no contact with the complainant in this case, that being Cynthia Ford. You are not to return to 43054 Judd Road. I'm looking at his criminal history, Ms. Medina, and there is nothing there. That's the basis for the personal bond. The next step in these proceedings, sir, will be a pretrial on Tuesday, September 13th, 2022 at 8:40 a.m. That will be with Judge Oakley in courtroom number 2. That will be by Zoom. And again, you'll receive a copy of this notice from the police department before you leave, sir. It's the case number is 220599 SM. Next date will be the Zoom pretrial on September 13th, 2022 at 8:40 a.m. in number 2 with Judge Oakley. Anything else in this matter, Ms. Medina?
No, Your Honor, just accept my apology that when I'm looking at this electronically, I need to keep scrolling up there. Keep scrolling.
I do the same thing, ma'am. Thank you so much, Mr.
Paper pen. I still wrote my hand. Thank you so much, Judge.
Mr. Ford, have a good day.
You too.
Thank you.
Your Honor.
Sumter Township, before you go, would it be possible to send over to the arraignment email inbox an updated address for Mr. Ford and where he'll be staying?
Ms. Nelson, were you ready with Mr. Metzger? Ms. Nelson? Okay.
Judge, I'm not sure if you saw, she stated she's on another matter.
I see her now. Thank you. Yes, ma'am. So Mary Ann, we had one of Judge O'Leary's cases check in already.
Well, that's prompt.
No, well, Andy took care of it for us, so that worked out nicely.
2 hours prompt.
Maybe we shouldn't do 3 dockets at the same time. Maybe that's the problem. And we have a wedding at 10 o'clock, which I keep reminding myself of so I can be ready for it.
Did you say you have a wedding?
Absolutely, ma'am. Why not?
Wow. That's exciting. Brightens up the day a bit.
Courtroom number 1, full service.
Judge, it's the only time you get to give a life sentence.
Well.
Judge, I also believe we will be ready on Ledesma. The attorney, Mr. Bennett, and I have already spoken, and I believe we're going to be ready to move forward on that case whenever you are.
I am ready. We are. This is 220154 SM. This is State of Michigan versus Ron Vincent Ledesma. Ledesma, may I have your appearances, please?
Good morning, Your Honor. Sona Mosisian on behalf of the people, P83923. And just for the record, the complainant Stephanie Ledesma also appears on Zoom.
And good morning, Your Honor. Samuel Bennett appearing on behalf of Mr. Ledesma, who's appearing via Zoom, as am I. We waive our in-person appearance, have no objection to Zoom today, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Ledesma, state your name for the record, sir.
You're muted, Ron.
Thank you, Sam. Ron Vincent Ledesma.
Thank you. Mr. Bennett, today is the day and time set for the adjourned pretrial in this matter. How are we proceeding this morning?
Your Honor, this morning, Mr. Ledesma is going to plead guilty as charged. I have spoken with the prosecutor regarding a sentence agreement of 12 months probation with batterers counseling, and that would be under the deferred statute 769.4A. Mr. Ledesma is ready to take advantage of that today. And if possible, I'd like to voir dire him if that's okay. I've gone through it with him a couple times ready.
I'm sorry. You said you'd like to avoid what, sir?
To voir dire him at the time of the plea when the
Thank
time
you.
comes. Thank you.
Mr. Ledesma, raise your right hand for me, sir. Do you swear affirm testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Do, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. You put your hand down. You've had the opportunity to discuss this case with Mr. Bennett, including all possible penalties in this matter.
I have.
And sir, you wish to enter a plea of guilty as charged to the sole count of domestic violence in this matter.
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that if the court accepts your plea this morning, you will not have a trial of any kind?
Yes, ma'am.
You will not have the opportunity to present witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
I understand, ma'am.
And sir, you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything to get you to plead guilty?
I have not been threatened, ma'am.
Are you pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, is it true that on May the 25th, 2021, in Huron Township, you committed the act of domestic violence by making an assault or an assault and battery upon Stephanie Ledesma, an individual with whom you had a child in common?
That's correct, ma'am.
Thank you. Mr. Bennett, you'd like to inquire further of your client?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Ledesma, on May 25th, 2021, when you were at 37634 North Diane Lane, as the judge stated, you had thrown a cell phone at your soon-to-be ex-wife, Stephanie Ledesma, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And that phone hit her, is that correct?
That's correct.
And obviously you didn't have the permission to throw anything at her or assault her in that way, correct?
That's correct.
And you do have a child in common with Mrs. Ledesma, correct?
Correct. We have two.
Your Honor, I think that satisfies for the plea.
Are the people satisfied?
Yes, the people are also satisfied.
Thank you. Mr. Ledesma, the court accepts your plea of guilty to the sole count of domestic violence in this matter as previously indicated by Mr. Bennett. This plea is being taken pursuant to MCL 769.4A. Your sentence in this matter will be deferred for a period of 12 months. Is there any reason why this file should be sent downstairs to the probation department?
Your Honor,
Mr.
Go ahead, Ms. Mozine.
No, I was just gonna say, I don't think so, because we did come to an agreement for the sentencing agreement of what that would look like. So I'm okay with moving forward with the sentencing to date.
Thank you.
As am I, Your Honor. I would have a very brief allocution when the time comes.
And so,
Thank you.
and same with me, just in regards to one aspect of the, for the no contact order.
Which would be?
Well, I guess just for the record, just to make sure it's clear to Mr. Ledesma as well moving forward of what the fact that there should be in continuation of his bond, no contact with the complainant. I know they do share two children in common. However, I believe that they had a pending civil matter that has been resolved where Mr. Ledesma no longer has any rights to those children. So there shouldn't really be any communication in regards to both the children or to Miss Ledesma. And again, just to reiterate that no contact order will remain in place throughout the entirety of his probation. So there should not be any contact to her.
Thank you. Stephanie Ledesma?
Yes,
Ma'am, you've been able to hear these proceedings this morning
I have.
and you understand what's going on.
I do.
Is there anything you'd like to say this morning?
Nope, I am all set. Thank you so much.
You're so very welcome. Mr. Ledesma, the court, as indicated, will put you on 12 months of probation with all of the oversight costs associated with that, sir. You will complete a 26-week batterers counseling. You are to have no contact with the complainant, in this case, Miss Stephanie Ledesma. No contact means no contact, sir. Let's look back. The arraignment happened back on March the 22nd. I would explain to you at that time that no contact means no contact. No direct contact, no contact through social media, no contact through third parties. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
The court will also assess a fine of $100, cost of $200, There's $75 crime victim fee, $50 mandatory state cost, $20 fund fee, in addition to your oversight fees. Sir, the court probation department will be in contact with you at the address, the email address and the phone number that we have on file to help you get set up with your payment plan for your fines and costs, as well as to help you get enrolled in the batters counseling, okay?
Yes,
Thank you,
ma'am.
Your Honor. And Your Honor, there's just one thing I wanted to state regarding the no contact. Mr. Ledesma and I have talked at quite length about that. He has sent me in recent days daily, if not multiple times a day, text messages he's receiving from Mrs. Ledesma that are pretty nasty in nature. I know that you don't have jurisdiction to refrain Miss Ledesma from not contacting Ron Ledesma, but I just wanted the record to be clear that if he has ever responded, it has been in response to something that she has sent. I just wanted that to be clear today.
I appreciate that Ms. Ledesma is on. Ms. Moisezian has made the indication that they have no reason to be in communication in as much as their civil matter has been addressed in its entirety. And if there's no reason for them to be in contact and she's texting, I would suggest to block the number. Easy enough to do. And if he's not responding, and I'll leave
Thank
that
you.
there. Anything else in this on behalf of the people?
No, that is it. Thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Bennett?
Nothing for me, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Ledesma, good luck to you. Good to see you, sir.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank
You're
you.
free to go.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
This is 220381 FY. No, it shouldn't be a FY case though. Should it?
It started as a felony and then the felony was dismissed, and that's why the remaining 2 misdemeanor counts.
This is State of Michigan versus Blake Alexander Metzger. May I have your appearances, please?
Good morning, Your Honor. Sonam Obsesian on behalf of the people, P83923.
Morning, Your Honor. Sophia Nelson of Neighborhood Defender Service on behalf of Mr. Metzger, P77960.
Mr. Metzger, state your name for me, please, sir.
Blake Alexander Metzger.
Thank you. Today is the day and time set for the final pretrial in this matter. Ms. Nelson, how are we proceeding?
My understanding is that this complainant can't be present today, so we would ask for another final pretrial conference at which she is required to attend.
That is correct.
The final pretrial will be adjourned to September 13, 2022 at
9:50.
9:50 a.m. That will be in number 2 with Judge Oakley. The indication is that the complainant must appear.
13th, you said, Your Honor?
Yes, ma'am. Anything else on behalf of the people?
No, that is it. Thank you.
Anything else on behalf of Mr. Metzger?
No, Your Honor. Thank you so much for your patience this morning.
No worries, ma'am. Mr. Metzger, September 13th at 9:50 a.m., 950 in number 2 with Judge Oakley, sir. Have a good day.
You too, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Fisher is in the wrong courtroom. Detective Carmona. Detective Carmona? Hold on, I'm sorry. That's better. What are you here for, sir? We've already done that case. The trial is set for September the 27th at 11 a.m. here in courtroom number 1. You too, thank you. Mr. Fisher, you are in the wrong courtroom. You should be in Judge Green's courtroom. Did the court officer log you on or did you log yourself on? Okay.
I'll call down.
Thank you, Michelle. Somebody will come get you in the right courtroom, sir. Okay. Thank you. Are we ready with Mr. Bradley?
Ready, Your Honor.
This is 220568 SM, State of Michigan versus Deontay Glenn Bradley. May I have your appearances, please?
Someone will CC on behalf
Deontay is
of
here.
people, P83923.
Your Honor, for the record, Jeffrey Bowditch, 45367, appearing on behalf of and with Mr. Bradley. Mr. Bradley, would you please tell the judge your name, please?
Deontay Bradley.
Thank you. Today is the day and time set for the adjourned pretrial in this matter. Mr. Bowditch, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, we are requesting a final pretrial in which complainant must appear.
Final pretrial will be September 13th, 2022 at
9 o'clock.
9 a.m. That will be in courtroom number 2 with Judge Oakley. There's a notation that the complainant must appear. Anything else on behalf of the people?
I just for the record, I have not sent discovery. I didn't know who was going to be representing Mr. Bradley, so I will send the paper discovery over to Mr. Bowditch.
Thank you, Madam Prosecutor.
Anything else on behalf of the people?
No, that is it. Thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Bowditch?
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you.
Mr. Bradley, September 13th at 9 a.m. with Judge Oakley, courtroom number 2. Okay, sir?
Okay, thank you.
Have a
Thank you,
good
Mr.
day.
Bradley.
Bye-bye.
Judge, for the morning too, for the show causes, do we wait for the entire, for like the whole morning docket and then we go over those, or do we just assume that they're not going to show if it was set for 8 a.m.?
Is that your way of saying call the cases, Judge?
No, not at all. I just, because, I mean, I haven't done many show causes here, so I wasn't exactly sure how they're handled. That's why.
I usually do them at the end of the docket, but only because we're usually pretty busy, but I allow people 15 minutes. They've had more than the 15 minutes. This is 210643 SM. This is State of Michigan versus Dylan McAuliffe. Today is the date and time set for the show cause in this matter. The case was previously scheduled on June the 26th, 2022. The defendant failed to appear. I'm sorry, the way this thing is folded up. Case was scheduled at 9:40. The defendant failed to appear by 10:39 a.m. The complainant was present. This court indicated on the record that the bond had been forfeited and bench warrant shall issue. The problem was we needed to have a show cause hearing first. So the show cause was scheduled for this morning at 8 a.m. It is now 9:35 by the court's clock. Inasmuch as the defendant has failed to appear for the show cause, now bond is forfeited and bench warrant will issue 5,000, 10%. Then there's 220360 SM. This is State of Michigan versus Darian Markle Rhodes. Today is the day and time set for the show cause in this matter. It was actually scheduled at 8 a.m. It is now 9:36 a.m. by the court's clock. The defendant was scheduled to appear on July 12, 2022 at 9:40 a.m. with Judge Green in courtroom number 3. The defendant failed to appear. The matter was set for show cause this morning again at 8 a.m. It's now 9:37 by the court's clock. Mr. Darian Rhodes has failed to appear. Bond in this matter is now forfeit. Bench warrant shall issue 5,010%. Those were the only two show causes the court had scheduled for this morning. There is 920. 220450 SM. This is State of Michigan versus Joshua Hines.
Judge, I believe Mr. Hines, so last that I was made aware, which was back on,
I see the note.
yeah, July of 26th, that he may be somewhere else in custody, but that was about a month ago, so I don't know what his current status is.
So we should check to see if Mr. Hines is still at Wayne County Jail.
And I might even be able to look that up right now. So it does indicate that he is currently at the Wayne County Jail on a probation violation, I think. They don't always update it, so it could be inaccurate, but as of right now, it does indicate he's still in custody
Okay.
with a cash bond for $50,000.
This is 220450 SM, State of Michigan versus Joshua Hines. This matter was scheduled at 9:20 a.m. It's now 9:39 a.m. by the court's clock. Mr. Hines is not here. The prosecutor has indicated that he is showing as being in custody on an unrelated matter.
Yeah, it looks like he's been in there since June 16th.
Then the question becomes, if we put the matter over to Judge Oakley's September 13th docket, Mary Ann, could we send notice to the jail so that Mr. Hines is aware?
At 9:10, Judge?
9/13/2022 at 9:10. Thank you, ma'am. And number 2 with Judge Oakley. With notice to the jail based on the fact that he's been in custody since June. If he's not able to post the 50, at least he is aware that this matter is outstanding and rescheduled for September 13th. There is 220102 SM. This is State of Michigan versus Kevin Deshawn Stevenson. This matter was also scheduled at 9:20 a.m. It's now 9:41 a.m. by the court's clock. Court's policy is 15 minutes after the scheduled start time. Mr. Stevenson is not here.
Judge, this
There's
might
somebody in the courts. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I'm gonna check. This one might also be one where I think, if I understood correctly, he may have been picked up and also taken to the Wayne County Jail. Let me check if that is the case. I don't know if he's still there. I know he was taken there, because I think that's why it was added on our docket, because he's been, I think he had a bench warrant back in February for failing to appear, and that might have been. So nothing is coming up for him, but I do know he was taken into custody. So I don't know where he is now.
Mr. Geisha? I wrote it. You're in the wrong courtroom, sir. You should be logged on to Judge Green's courtroom. You'll see me, but it's Judge Green's log on information.
Okay, I don't know if I have that. Let me look.
I'll give it to you if you have pencil and paper.
I can find one. Give me just 1 second, Your Honor.
Your attorney is logging in, so I'll let him know that you're on your way over.
Okay, go ahead.
It's 933
Okay.
057 8570.
Okay, let me read that back to you. 933-057-8570.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
See you in a second. Thank you. Mr. Scanlon?
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Your client's logged on to the wrong courtroom. I've given him the correct Zoom information. He'll be here in just a moment.
Okay.
Thank you.
Your Honor, can I be put in the breakout room with the prosecutor real quick, please?
Yes,
Hold on
sir.
1 second. I'm going to sign this in. I'm going to sign in.
Were you able to verify where he is, ma'am?
No, he's not listed in the Wayne County Jail, so I have no idea.
Well, he's not here. He was supposed to be here at 9:20. It's now 9:43 by the court's clock. The matter will be set for show cause. Thank you.
Your Honor,
Yes, sir.
there is a Mr. Fisher in my waiting room. He, I believe, is Mr. Nunley's client. He's going to be handled, according to Mr. Fisher, by Josh Hatley. But he's in the building, but he's in my waiting room. But that's the delay on Mr. Fisher.
Oh, no delay as of yet. He's not scheduled until 10 o'clock. And I see him there.
But I have spoken with him, Your Honor. It seems he's
Okay.
talking to a series of us MIDC lawyers, but I believe Mr. Hatley may be appearing for him. If not, Your Honor, I'll handle it.
Thank you. Mary Ann, I'm not going far. Marianne,
Yes,
the wedding is here.
I'm sorry.
The wedding is here.
Oh, boy.
Disconnect from the roots.
Good morning, Mr. Hadley.
Good morning, Your Honor.
How are you, sir?
Feeling better.
How was vacation?
Vacation was good. I managed to come down with COVID for the first time over this whole big mess. So I've been laid out kind of since, but feeling back to
Oh.
human today.
Good. Mr. Fisher is here.
I believe I just need a real quick audience with Sona. Is she in here yet?
She's here. She's
She in a breakout room?
in with another attorney.
No problem. I just need to cover one issue with her before we go on the record, but I think we're all set.
Absolutely.
And how are you doing, Your Honor?
Super, sir. Thank you.
Good.
Trying to do 3 things at the same time, so we'll see.
So another day at 34th for you.
Josh, your client's in my waiting room.
Okay, excellent. Thanks, Jeff. I just spoke with him on the phone. I think again, I just need a brief moment with Sona. Let me get this.
I entertained him while he was waiting.
Good morning, son. How are you today?
Good morning. Good. How are you feeling?
Better. Thank you for asking. Would you like to go on the record with the judge on the case you were just meeting with the attorney in the breakout room, or do you want to hop in and talk real quick? I think I only need about 60 seconds.
I guess I don't see the judge yet, so we can do that first while we wait for her. That way.
All right. I'm going to hop into your meeting room.
She's walking out right now.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
No problem.
Also, I would probably, Mr. Hines, Mr. Hadley, I should probably speak to the complainant first before you and I go in a breakout room.
That makes sense. I think because that was just that one outstanding question we still had.
This is thank you, 220369 SM. This is State of Michigan versus, I wrote it down the last time and I still, Gaucho?
That's correct, Your Honor. Nice job.
Good morning, Your Honor. Sonam Movsisian on behalf of the people, P83923.
Please, this most honorable court, Gerard Scanlon, P number 74992, appearing on behalf of Mr. Daniel Gaucho via Zoom technology. Waive formal appearance in the court and wish to proceed via Zoom. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir. State your name for the record for me, please.
Daniel Gaucho.
Your Honor,
Gaucho, thank you.
today is a date and time scheduled for a pretrial in this matter. I've had an opportunity to meet with the prosecutor in a breakout room. At this time, Your Honor, I'd like to inform the court that we are going to set the matter for trial. And I'd like, respectfully, I'm requesting that we set the matter far enough out to allow for further discussion with the prosecutor about a potential plea. I have not discussed with my client whether or not said trial would be either bench or jury, and I know that that's up to the prosecutor in a criminal case as to whether or not the case is a bench or a jury trial. But my preference is a bench, and I think the prosecutor has indicated too that she would prefer a bench, but I'd like the opportunity to discuss that with my client.
That bench trial date, sir, would be September 27th. Were you looking for it to be further out than that?
A little bit, yeah, Your Honor, just for the possibility that we would continue further resolution on the matter, and there may be a potential plea that could be entered on it.
And what would our next date be after that?
Well, December for you.
All right.
Well, actually, what we could do, no, we have Sona date November 15th, I think it is.
Oh yeah, we just scheduled that. So I will be with you that date.
November 15th,
is a
sir.
good day. Absolutely. Your Honor.
November 15th, a live trial at 11 a.m.
That's a good day.
Ooh, that sounds far out. 11/15/2022 at 11 a.m. here with me in courtroom number 1. If you resolve this case and need to get back on before that, just reach out to Mary Ann and we'll get you scheduled, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Sheila, I will give you a call later this afternoon, okay?
Appreciate it, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Sonia. You guys
Anything
have a
else on
great
behalf
day.
of the people?
No, that's it. Thank you, Judge.
Anything else on behalf of the defendant?
Not at this time, Your Honor. You have a great day.
Thank you, you too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, we have,
And, oh, I'm sorry.
no, Sona going into a breakout room with Mr. Hadley?
Judge, I'm gonna go in with Ms. Fisher first and then I'll go in with
And
Mr. Hadley.
So my client actually just texted me another message about one other issue with some personal property. Do you want to talk about that before you go to meet with her? I'm sorry. It's just a couple of items that it looks like are still at the house.
Sure.
Okay. So
Thank you.
yeah, absolutely.
This is 220362 SM. This is State of Michigan versus Patricia Agrawal. This matter was scheduled for pretrial at 9:30 a.m. It is now 9:59 a.m. by the court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear. There's a history of failure to appear in this file. The matter will be set for show cause. We also have 220590 SM State of Michigan versus Todd Allen Bullion. This matter was scheduled for pretrial this morning at 9:40 a.m. It's now 10:01 by the court's clock. The defendant has failed to appear in this matter. Matter will be set for show cause.
Judge, I just need to very quickly speak with Mr. Hadley, and then we will be ready on the Mr. Fisher matter.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Can you join my meeting room again, Mr. Hadley?
Yep, I'm just trying to figure out why I can't find it now. There we go.
So Mary Ann, here's my picture of the day.
Oh, yeah, that's a nice one. They'll appreciate that. Aw,
Yeah, they're downstairs, so hopefully we'll be done with them before we need to be on with, yeah, there's nobody in the waiting room on the other matter. Andy. Andy.
See if I can move him out of Jeff's room.
If you can't, Mr. Hadley, this is the last thing we have, and we could just close the breakout rooms.
I just attempted to move Mr. Fisher into the main room. I think he should be, there we go.
Oh, here he is. Thank you. This is 220554 SM. This is State of Michigan versus Carlos Fisher. May I have your appearances, please?
Good morning, Your Honor. Sonam Movsisian on behalf of the people, P83923. And just for the record, the complainant, Stacy Fisher, is also on Zoom.
Good morning, Your Honor. Attorney Josh Hadley appearing on behalf of the defendant, Mr. Carlos Antonio Fisher. We waived our physical presence in court and are prepared to proceed today. And at this time, I've had a chance to discuss this issue with the APA, and we would like to avail ourselves of the people's plea.
Mr. Fisher, state your name for the record, sir.
Carlos Antonio Fisher.
Thank you. Mr. Hadley, what would that plea?
Judge, if I make, is it okay if I go through the
Absolutely.
components of it? Okay, just because it is not our usual plea that we do. There's a couple more specific recommendations that we have. So I just want to make sure for the record that it's clear. The plea is for Mr. Fisher to plead guilty under, or to plead guilty as charged for the domestic violence under the 769.4A statute. He would be put on probation for 12 months, be required to take the batterers counseling 26-week course. During his probationary period, we do request that it be a reporting probation with no drugs or alcohol consumption during those 12 months, no possession or purchase of any firearms. Mr. Fisher currently does have several firearms that we are requesting that he relinquish to the police department for safekeeping during his probationary period. Myself and the complainant are going to be working, and Mr. Fisher will be working with the police department to ensure that those firearms are given to them once the court has signed the order. And then once the firearms are removed, Mr. Fisher can return to the residence. That no contact order will be amended to no assaultive contact. And I believe I covered all of the aspects of it.
I concur.
Mr. Fisher, raise your right hand for me, sir. Do you swear affirm the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you, sir. You may put your hand down. Sir, you were able to hear the terms of the plea that Ms. Moisizian just placed on the record?
Yes.
And you've had the opportunity to speak to Mr. Hadley
Yes.
regarding the charges against you and the plea that's being offered?
Yes.
And sir, you wish to tender a plea of guilty as charged to the sole count of domestic violence in this matter?
Yes.
You understand that if the court accepts your plea in this matter, you will not have a trial of any kind?
Yes.
You will not have the opportunity to present witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine witnesses put forth by the prosecutor?
Yes.
And sir, you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything to get you to plead guilty?
No.
Are you pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty?
I didn't understand what you said.
I said, are you pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty?
Yes.
Mr. Fisher, is it true that on July 30th, 2022, in the city of Romulus, you committed the act of domestic violence by making an assault and battery upon Stacy Fisher?
Yes.
Mr. Hadley, would you like to inquire further of your client?
We're so satisfied, Your Honor.
Are the people satisfied?
Judge, just to confirm their relationship status, that they are married and do have a child in common.
Thank you. Mr. Fisher, were you able to hear that?
Sorry, Ms. Fisher's hand rose. I may have.
I'm going to get to her in just one moment. Mr. Fisher, is it accurate that you are either married to Ms. Fisher, or you have a child in common?
Yes.
Ms. Fisher, your hand was up, ma'am. How may I help you?
I was just wondering if he is going to be able to buy a new gun?
No, ma'am, not during the pendency of his probation with this court.
Okay.
Anything else?
No.
Ma'am, are the people now satisfied?
Yes, Judge. And again, just to maybe confirm on the record, if Mr. Hadley wants to inquire into how many current weapons or firearms Mr. Fisher has that they will be handing over to the police department.
I would agree. I think that's probably best to make the record on that, Your Honor. Mr. Fisher, can you tell us how many firearms you have that you own that are in the house?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, and yeah, I believe it's 4.
Is there okay. That was my understanding going into this, that there was 4. I think that there may be some indication. Ms. Fisher, is there a 5th firearm that you've located in the house? Maybe we should ask your input on how many guns are there as well.
I found 5 so far. I found 5 firearms so far.
Okay.
Mr. Fisher, do you have any issue with this 5th firearm also being then taken into custody by the Romulus Police Department during the pendency of your probation?
No, but the one is one that's not, it's like a long rifle, but it's not registered. You didn't have to register that.
Understood, but it is a firearm for the purposes of your probation, so it's going to go into the custody of the Romulus Police Department. Just want to make sure that we've got that. So it's going to be 4, Your Honor, for the record, then it'll be four handguns and 1 long gun that will be taken into the custody of the police department during the pendency of the probation.
Thank you.
And absolutely, thanks for giving us a moment to clarify that. I think it'll make Romulus Police Department's life a lot easier if we make that part of it clear.
Mr. Hatley, are you now satisfied?
Absolutely, Your Honor.
Mr. Fisher, the court will accept your plea of guilty as charged to the sole count in this matter, that being domestic violence. As previously agreed by and between the attorneys, you will be placed on 12 months probation. This is a deferred sentence pursuant to MCL 769.4A. In addition to being placed on probation, you are to complete a 26-week batterers counseling. You are not to purchase, possess, consume any alcoholic beverages or drug controlled substances in this case without prior approval of the court. You will submit to testing. You will submit to random testing as directed by the probation department. The 4 handguns and 1 long gun for a total of 5 firearms that are currently at the residence, that being 6112 Swan Lake Drive in the city of Romulus. Those handguns will be surrendered to the Romulus Police Department for the pendency of your probation with this court. You are not to purchase, assume ownership of, or otherwise take possession of any firearms during the pendency of your probation with this court. You may return to the Swan Lake residence once the guns have been, all of the firearms have been surrendered to the police department for safekeeping, and resume residence at the Swan Lake address. The current no contact order in this matter will be amended to a no assault of contact order. The court will additionally assess a fine of $500, $100 in costs, $75 crime victims fee, all oversight fees associated with the probation department, $50 mandatory state costs, and $20 fund fee. The probation department will be in contact with you at the phone number and email address you have previously provided and confirmed with the court to help set you up for the your probationary period, including going over the terms of your probation with you. Anything else in this matter on behalf of the people?
No, Judge, and myself will be in contact with Mr. Hadley to ensure as soon as the firearms are removed that Mr. Fisher will be able to return to the residence, and we will work as quickly on getting that taken care of.
I saw you, Mr. Fisher. Give me one moment. Anything else, Mr. Hadley?
No, Your Honor, just maybe depending on what Mr. Fisher's last issue is, maybe I'll withhold a second to answer on that.
Your question or statement, Mr. Fisher?
Yeah, the drug testing I was asking Mr. Hadley, with the dialysis that I'm on and the medication, what would they do about that?
They'll take a list of your medications with the probation department so that your screening will not be impacted by things that you're mandated to take by your provider.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else, Mr. Fisher?
No, that's it.
Anything else, Ms. Fisher?
Yeah, in that case, Your Honor, we're satisfied, and we thank the court for their time. We thank I'm sorry, Ms. Movasan for her time as well. And Mr. Fisher, I'll be in touch with you as soon as we find out about the guns and get you back home.
Okay.
Thank you. Everyone have a good day. That concludes this court's docket for the morning. Thank you all for your patience for. Yes, Mr. Fisher.
So I'm just trying to figure out, do I stay in here or just go out?
No,
You're done for the
you'll
day.
leave.
Oh,
You'll leave and they'll come get you logged. They'll get that computer logged off. Don't worry about it. Thank everyone so much again for your patience. Everyone have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge. Were the other matters, the defendants were Capias, I'm assuming the other two I think we had?
It was Agrawal and Bradley. They are show cause.
And then Todd Bullion.
Bullion was show cause as well.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Your Honor,
Thank you, ma'am.
Bradley appeared.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry. Nope, I said Bradley. That's correct. It was Agrawal. Bullion had failures to appear. Stevenson was a failure to appear.
Yeah.
You were out here for that. Hines, McAuliffe, and Rhodes.
Great, thank you. Today went.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Take care.
Yes, please.
Judge, did you take us down? Should I take us down?
Because I have 11 o'clock coming.
That's right, okay.
And Mr. Mihana is already here.
Hi, can you hear me?
Mr. Mihana,
Yes.
I have a wedding. If you give me 1 second, are you here for Judge O'Leary's docket?
I thought we were going to meet today, Michael McCarron.
McCarron's at 1 o'clock.
Right, but there was something I wanted to address and I was trying to get the prosecutor on.
If you can get, I don't know who the prosecutor is. If you can get them.
Yes.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning. Is it Cherry or Sherry? Sherry Clark. And Matthew Raby. Was there anyone, their dress is beautiful. Was there anyone joining us this morning? Have a friend. Hi. Chris. I'm Judge Martin. Thank you so much for coming in today. Thank you for your patience. I had a little bit of a docket problem, but welcome. When we're done, you come in, take pictures and whatever else you want to do. Did you bring black pen? Why'd you leave it outside? You can bring pens in the courtroom. You understand that, right? You all have rings? He has the rings? Okay. You didn't get him a ring.
We're gonna do it later on.
My husband did the same thing. We didn't get rings when we got married and we forgot until like the day before. Why are you back behind the gate? You can come in and take pictures of them however you want to take it. And we will do this. I'll switch back to this in a second, but I think I'm tall enough to reach this and I'm really not. So, Marianne, I'm telling you, I try to do things. I try to be creative with it. Okay. So we gotta have you all come stand this way. Because, oh yeah, so we're streaming. So you all can grab the video when you want to. I didn't do it the first couple of times. I felt bad for people who, but other than that, are we ready? Okay. We've gathered here today to celebrate the union of Sherry Lynn Clark and Matthew Scott Raby. Marriage is an honorable estate and should not be entered into lightly. If anyone can show any reason why Sherry and Matthew should not be lawfully joined together, let them speak now or forever hold their peace. Sherry and Matthew, I also ask both of you that if either of you know any reason why you may not be lawfully joined together in matrimony, you confess it now. For be assured that if any persons are not joined together lawfully, their marriage is not lawful. The marriage ceremony is a celebration of love and friendship. Those who are assembled here today believe in the two of you and your commitment to each other. I congratulate you on your decision to bind your relationship in marriage and urge you to remember during the difficult times the feelings that brought you here today, that of love, respect, and friendship. Sherry, will you take Matthew in marriage, and do you promise to love, honor, and care for him in sickness and in health, forsaking all others, as long as you both shall live? Matthew, will you take Sherry in marriage, and do you promise to love, honor, and care for her in sickness and in health, forsaking all others, as long as you both shall live? Matthew, repeat after me. I, Matthew, take you, Sherry, in marriage, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, as long as we both shall live. Sherry, repeat after me. I, Sherry, take you, Matthew, in marriage, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, as long as we both shall live. In token and pledge of the vow made between you, the ring. Place the ring on her. She already had the finger out. Repeat after me, Matthew. In token and in pledge of the vow made between us, with this ring I be wed. There we are. Ooh. For as much as Sherry and Matthew have consented together in matrimony and have borne witness to this before this company, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the state of Michigan, and now pronounce you legally and forever married, may your love grow and your commitment to each other never waver. You may kiss your bride, sir. Hey, courthouse. So we have paperwork to sign, and so two of you are the witnesses? Yes, okay.
There's 3 pages to sign.
Oh, Miss Johnson's here. Mr. Mihana, were you trying to go into a breakout room with her?
Can it be you and her, maybe?
Ooh, not me, you and her.
Well, I've already talked to her.
Okay, give me a second. I have some paperwork to sign.
Thank you.
You guys sign in front with your new names if you're changing them.
And I sign where you all point and tell me to sign. So what's the story of your love? Nobody told me.
It's we met at work.
Where do you work?
General Motors,
Where?
Romulus.
Are you on E-course?
Yeah.
So does my husband. How long have you been there?
He's been working with GM for 22 years, but I've been there for 6 years.
What do you do there?
Transmission room, and he's in machining. Who's your guy?
Kevin Martin. Uh-oh, what's that face?
No, we've heard of him. And even and I think like voting and stuff too.
Where does he work over there?
He's an electrician. Oh. That was the scheduling issue. Was work.
Yeah, us too.
Because they told me there was only certain times you could come in. And being here right now, where there's a judges conference, and so I'm covering scheduled cases for other people. So we're trying to fit you in between the domestic docket and the criminal docket.
Oh, appreciate it.
Whatever they call it, say, can you do a wedding? I would say yes.
Yeah.
I don't care, we'll fit it in somewhere, it's a quick ceremony, and people who are committing to each other for life, I'm happy to have.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And you brought your friend, look at her, she's smiling.
Yeah, my best friend and my parents are gone, so.
Our whole life.
Yeah. Our parents are friends. Our
Really?
sisters are friends, yeah.
Oh, so where are you guys going now for lunch?
And then go to work.
No, go like that.
Yeah. Yeah, great, sorry. You sign here and take your name.
I don't know why you're crying, because you always want to see Zoom.
No, they're trying to.
Oh, see,
Pictures.
I took it down. So they hear this, but there's, the camera only picks it up. I make those for everybody who gets married here, because they say it's just important, it's not just business. You're gonna walk like that all day.
We made it online. His name, my name, black and white, mine's oval, and then. Mary Ann, you can't see it, but you know it's because I see it, but. Okay. So you guys know this is your copy. Yeah. And then you're gonna mail back these other two. Yeah. Okay.
Is that it?
Yep. That was
I
it.
need to get the confetti bomb or something. I need to do something a little bit more.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And we work about you because your husband works with us. We're all together.
Oh, Mary Ann. I love that part. So, that part's over. I'm taking this part down, Mary Ann, because we're done with Judge Green's. But
Okay.
we have Miss Johnson and Mr. Mihana, and I see the jail. I don't know why the jail's here.